Imagine walking into the break room to get your morning coffee.
Yeah.
You know, you're just trying to wake up, maybe dreading the weekly status meeting.
Right, just a normal Tuesday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And right there next to the microwave, a coworker is casually, and I mean loudly, discussing how he just underwent his third vasectomy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he's doing it just to appease the wildly fluctuating whims of the woman he's dating, who, by the way, also happens to work right there in the building.
Of course she does. That completely shatters any illusion of professional distance.
Totally does.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we are unpacking a really fascinating, highly detailed dossier titled The Paper Office of Broken Hearts and Bad Romances.
It's quite the title.
It really is.
Yeah.
And this source material, it isn't just a record of severe HR violations, though it is definitely that.
Oh, absolutely.
It actually serves as this intricate anthropological case study of workplace dysfunction. It chronicles all these chaotic romantic entanglements within just one single office environment.
It's a remarkable document, really. And our mission today is to look far beyond the surface level soap opera of these encounters.
Right, because there's a lot of drama.
So much drama. But we are going to establish an analytical framework to understand the psychological mechanisms at play here.
The real root of it all.
Exactly. We're examining relationship red flags, catastrophic communication breakdowns, and, what actually happens to the human brain when the boundary between the professional and the profoundly personal just completely evaporates.
I mean, it just disappears entirely.
Right. We really want to understand the why behind these deeply toxic behaviors.
And to really understand the baseline dysfunction of these coworkers, I think we have to start at the end of their relationships.
That makes sense.
Because the through line here is how utterly transactional their breakups are. It's not just about falling out of love. It's about how they, commodify each other.
Yes, that's a perfect word for it.
Okay, let's unpack this. There was one breakup in this dossier that really highlights this mechanism. So we have a man dumping his girlfriend, a woman who had previously left another man named Daryl specifically to be with him.
Right, she blew up her life for him.
She totally did.
Yeah.
And the reason he's ending it, he's going on a trip to Thailand with his high school friends. And he says he doesn't want to, quote, resent her.
The complete absence of empathy is the very first thing you notice there.
It's staggering.
It really is. But the underlying psychology is what's truly unsettling. This is a prime example of cognitive dissonance.
How so?
Well, he is initiating a deeply selfish act, but his ego just cannot tolerate the idea of being the villain in his own narrative.
Nobody wants to be the bad guy.
Exactly. So he attempts to reframe the breakup as this mature, logical business decision. He actually tells her, let's be adults about this.
That reframing is wild,
Okay.
especially when you look at what he asks for right after.
Oh, the requests.
It is literally like canceling a subscription service,
Oh,
right?
right.
But then having the absolute nerve to call customer service and ask if you can keep the free trial gifts anyway.
That is a great analogy.
Because right after dumping her, he casually requests that they have sex one last time.
Unbelievable.
And then he asks if she happens to have any extra cash she could give him for his trip.
Just incredible audacity.
How does someone rationalize asking for funding from the person they are actively devastating?
By entirely dehumanizing the partner. He views her not as a human being with emotional depth, but purely as a resource.
Just an ATM with feelings.
Basically.
Yeah.
Once the resource is no longer convenient for his immediate lifestyle, in this case, an impulsive trip to Thailand, he just discards you. But
Right.
because he has successfully commodified her in his own mind, he sees absolutely no contradiction in trying to extract one final physical and financial payout.
Because she's just an asset.
Exactly. The relationship was an asset, and he's just liquidating it.
Man. And we see another version of this intellectualizing behavior in the age gap breakup in the file.
Oh, yes. The lunch scene.
Right. A man is out to lunch with his 58-year-old girlfriend, Helene, and decides to end it right there.
Very public.
Super public. And his reasoning is that he suddenly wants kids, telling her bluntly that, quote, Mother Nature has very strict rules.
Which is an incredibly cowardly way to shift blame.
Oh, 100%.
He's weaponizing biology to avoid taking personal responsibility for his own sudden change of heart.
Right. But then he tries to soften the blow with this completely bizarre rationalization. He tells this perfectly lovely 58-year-old woman that she needs someone who understands her references, someone who is, quote, Kafka-esque.
That word choice is so revealing.
It is. And then almost immediately, he openly admits he doesn't actually know who Franz Kafka is or what the word means.
He just threw it out there.
Literally just guessed. And for context, Kafkaesque describes a nightmarishly complex, oppressive, and illogical bureaucracy. It has nothing to do with romance.
Nothing at all.
So why use a word like that during a breakup?
It's a defense mechanism, plain and simple. He is experiencing biological panic regarding her age.
Right.
But he knows saying that out loud sounds superficial and cruel. So he grabs the most sophisticated sounding word he can think of to mask his immaturity.
He wants to sound deep.
Exactly. He desperately wants the breakup to sound like a tragic, inevitable incompatibility of two highly complex souls, rather than just admitting he got scared.
He's saving face.
Completely. He prioritizes his own self-image over the very real emotional damage he is inflicting on the woman sitting across from him.
That brings a lot of clarity to the most explosive argument in the entire dossier.
Yeah.
Because this is a terrifying look at the physical toll of compromising with a toxic partner.
The dinner party.
The dinner party. We have a couple, Michael and Jan, having a massive screaming match. And it starts over theatrical preferences. He wanted to see Stump. She forced him to see Wicked.
Which, sounds like a standard petty grievance that has been simmering for months.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does. Until it escalates into something genuinely shocking. He reveals the physical toll of appeasing her constant indecision about having children.
The surgeries.
Yes. He yells about undergoing not one, not two, but 3 vasectomies.
It's horrific.
As he puts it, snip, 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 snap. I mean, what is the psychological trap that keeps someone in a cycle like that?
Well, you're looking at a severe case of the sunk cost fallacy combined with trauma bonding.
Okay, break that down for me.
Sure. A vasectomy is a significant medical procedure, right? Reversing it is even more complicated.
Oh, definitely.
So undergoing that cycle 3 times to appease a partner's fluctuating whims, that is a profound surrender of bodily autonomy.
He really is.
In his mind, he has invested so much emotional and physical pain into the relationship that leaving would mean the suffering was for nothing.
Oh, wow. So he has to stay to justify the pain.
Exactly. It reveals a relationship fundamentally built on domination and submission, but heavily disguised as mutual compromise.
It's exhausting just to think about.
True.
But that transactional mindset we see in their breakups, it doesn't just materialize at the end of the relationship. It's actually the very foundation of how they date.
Right, from the very beginning.
Which is completely enabled by the fact that they are trapped in the same building. Which brings us to the foundational deceptions of their relationships.
What's fascinating here is how the enclosed, inescapable environment of an office actually normalizes bizarre rationalizations that would just never survive in the outside world.
Never in a million years.
Right. The workplace becomes an insular ecosystem that completely distorts reality.
We see this distortion perfectly in the most convoluted love triangle in the dossier involving Angela, Andy, and Dwight.
Oh, this one is a mess.
A total mess.
Yeah.
Andy decides to propose to Angela in front of the entire office. He literally asks for her tiny hand in marriage.
Very specific wording.
Yeah. And she very reluctantly agrees. But the reality is that she is simultaneously sleeping with their coworker, Dwight.
Right in the same office.
Right under everyone's noses. And when Andy finds out and confronts Dwight, Dwight coldly corrects him.
He's so detached about it.
So detached. He points out that Angela only slept with Andy twice and rationalizes his own behavior by stating, she's sleeping with you, I'm a fiancé.
Notice how Dwight processes that dynamic? He flips the power structure completely.
How so?
Well, in a healthy environment, an engagement is a public declaration of loyalty.
Right.
But in this closed ecosystem, Dwight views the public engagement as a mere administrative error.
An administrative error? That's crazy.
It is. He believes he holds the true hidden power because he controls the secret.
Wow. And this office is just full of these dark, hidden packs. Look at Stanley.
Yes, Stanley's situation.
His wife, Terry, is traveling.
Yeah.
Stanley goes to rehabilitation and ends up having an affair with his nurse, Cynthia.
Right.
And to handle the risk of being caught at work, he traps a coworker in his web of deception, literally cornering him until the colleague promises, I'm not saying a damn thing.
That is the insidious nature of workplace proximity.
It really spreads.
It does. You aren't just managing your own secrets, you are forcibly conscripting your colleagues into your deceptions.
Like hostages.
Basically. The office becomes a web of complicity where simply doing your job means covering up someone else's moral failings.
The compartmentalization is just jaw-dropping. Take Jan, for example.
Jan.
She gets pregnant and decides to keep the baby. Her partner thinks he might be the father, floating this uh, medically impossible theory about a toilet seat pregnancy.
Which is absurd.
Beyond absurd. But she brutally shuts him down by dropping a massive bombshell. She tells him she visited a sperm bank while they were still actively dating and sleeping together.
Just incredible.
She made a unilateral decision to create a family, cutting him out entirely while still smiling in his face at work every single day.
It completely shatters the foundation of their romantic partnership. Yet the proximity of the office forces them to maintain a professional facade.
They still have to have meetings together.
Exactly. It creates a deeply unhealthy compartmentalization where they are intimate partners 1 hour and distant colleagues the next.
But wait, I have to challenge you on this proximity theory.
Okay, go for it.
Isn't there a point where basic human self-preservation kicks in? Like, look at Erin.
Right.
She is dating a guy from corporate named Gabe. But she is so repulsed by him that she is literally hiding in her car eating lunch just to escape him.
It's a sad visual.
It's so sad.
Huh.
She confesses that she cringes every time he talks